True.
Like no flame. I don't want to be rude, but like
No, I know. It's fair.
it's a casual stream.
Yeah, but like, I kind of regret that the last time we talked, I didn't stream then, right? Because
Yeah.
that was actually quite an interesting talk. So I'm hoping that today is going to be just as interesting. But we'll see. Robert is here already. Hello. Are you in the stream as well?
No, I'm not, because I don't want you to hear yourself through my mic.
Ah, smart. Do you?
Anyway,
Wait. Does your microphone pick up stream? Or like
I'm
desktop
not
audio?
sure, but I don't really want to risk it.
Fair enough.
Honest. I mean, tell me if you ever hear yourself in my mic or something, because I really don't know what I sound like.
You really don't know what you sound like?
Yeah, I don't know how good my mic is.
Oh, dude, your mic is completely fine. I thought you were talking about like your own voice.
Oh, I don't know that either, to be honest.
You don't
Like,
know how your own voice sounds like? Go to my stream right now and listen.
Hold on, just a second.
Who's in the
I
background?
have
Shiny
never-
boy. Robert, read the title. What did you say?
I have never listened to myself. I have never.
Do it.
Yeah, my voice is hella deeper than I thought.
My voice was actually, the first time I heard my own voice, I was like, this is a lot squeakier than I thought it would be. Like in my head, my voice sounds a lot deeper than it actually is.
I always thought of myself being a bit childish, but now that I hear myself, I'm like,
I don't think you have a childish voice at all.
yeah, but since it's the only voice I hear in my head, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a lot higher. Like a lot.
Oh, I like that though. Do you like your own voice? A lot of people don't like their own voice when they hear it.
I have really never thought about it. I mean, it's my voice. Nothing I can do about it.
Fair enough. It's a good way to look at it, I guess.
I mean, the looks, like, I have no idea what I look like. If I didn't shave my beard, like, once a month, I would have no idea what my face looks like.
Really?
Even now, yeah. Like, seriously, I never look at myself in the mirror or anything.
What if you, like, brush your teeth or something?
I don't look in the mirror for it. I mean...
You don't look in the mirror when you're, like, brushing your teeth? Or, like, what if you do your hair?
I have a certain style of hair where it is okay, so I've had my hair in the shape of a mushroom.
Oh, okay.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like-
So when you come out of the shower and you dry your hair, it just falls like how it's supposed to fall.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
okay,
it-
gotcha. That makes sense. Who's that? That's Mata, I Rocket.
Hello, I Rocket.
This post was made by Magic. Imagine using a pickaxe. Shut up. Well, what if like, do you have glasses or something?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So you never watch in the mirror.
Maybe I do sometimes, like when I make my hair for a wedding or something, but
Yeah. Okay.
it is like once every 3 months or something.
I see. Imagine not seeing properly. Grow up, Jeeves. Shut up. I need to pay to see properly. Bosnian weddings do be wild though. Is that true?
True. Completely true.
Okay. Fair enough. Mata, welcome in the chat.
Yeah, I thought I will turn up just to get that +1 viewer.
Gotcha, smart. Sika, hi, how are you doing? What do we talk about first, though? I don't know. I don't know how to start this. It's kind of awkward starting this. Do I just
Yeah.
do I just Google something?
Sure.
Alright, give me a moment. I might die. Okay, I'm gonna Google something. Deep questions. Here we go.
I like how you started.
200 deep questions? No, that's a little bit too much, isn't it? Don't think we have time for 200. Deep conversation topics. Here we go.
Hold on, I'm kind of on a mission.
On a
Just
mission?
second. Yeah, I am wandering the lands of Twitch to get a certain emote, so I can send it to Iraq.
Okay. And why does a rocket deserve this? Ah! Okay. Fair enough.
Because I don't have a sub, so I have to go to Pharma Stream and redeem it. Then-
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Ah, you get a few of them back. Why do you guys share rage blades with each other? Why don't I get them? This man is the best.
You don't get them every time you join Pharma Stream from me.
What?
Yeah, like I do rage blades when I join every time you're on.
Oh
the
yeah,
stream.
true. Yeah. Legit went to farm a stream just to show the rage blade. Yeah. I may not show it, but the Guinness do be giving me brain damage. Ginsus. Why? It's a cult, Robert. You gotta accept for what it is. Alright, here's an interesting question. Are you ready?
Yeah, boy.
I'm wondering, because I have a pretty good answer for this, but I'm wondering if you have too. So the question is, how do you think you'll die?
How do I think I'll die?
Think about it. Can we get some proper context on what the stream is about? Nope, because we don't know yet. We're just gonna talk. That's pretty much it. By the hands of Felina, what? Elaborate, Rocket. Please go on.
Wait, do you mean what I hope I will die like?
No, just how do you think you'll die? Felina's going to yeet me. Why? Why would she?
I mean, there's like 70% chance that I get hungry enough that Pharma beats me to death.
Okay, I was... 70%, that's a pretty high percent, man.
Well, I mean... Pharma do pack a good punch, though.
True. I mean, I don't know, maybe. Because she has it out for me and my Mexican ways. Yeah, everybody has it out for you in your Mexican ways. Watch her spontaneously materialize in your room and snap your neck. What? Okay.
I feel like I'll die a boring death. Like,
boring death.
Yeah, I'll die of natural causes, late in life, and making everybody really mad.
Everybody really mad?
Oh, well, yeah, because it's kind of a custom that you leave the money to your kids and such. And I'm just gonna put it all into business, I think. Like the leftover money.
Do you plan to have a family then?
Yeah, I do, but I don't plan on leaving them almost any money. Like, I will leave them a job in a company and enough money for like to get them started and such. But I hate the idea of giving somebody money, regardless of if you think they will do something good with it or not.
Yeah. But don't you think that once you're dead, the money is useless to you. So why not give it away?
Yeah, but if I put it into a company or something, because I plan on starting my own company, I don't think I'll be working at some company for a long time.
Yeah.
I plan on putting everything into business, so there are more workspaces for other people, and my family can have a maybe higher position or something. I don't know. I mean,
How big
because
of a business do you want?
to be honest, I want as big of a business as I can get, but not to get rich, just that it can make an impact.
Sure.
Like, imagine if you wanted to spread a message, no matter what the message is. Like, let's say Black Lives Matter. I don't know, just off the top.
Yeah.
If you were something like, I don't know, Wendy's or McDonald's, you can spread the message across the whole world. While if you are a smaller business, or just like, how can you spread the message that a lot of people can hear it and see it? You know?
Sure. So you want a business that's big enough to be able to spread a message.
Yes. Like a message on today's topics, let's say.
Sure. Okay. Crimson.
How about you?
Give me a moment. How many hours are you into this game? I don't know. Like, I don't. That's a good question. I have no idea. I'm not that far in. I just got to the sand world. He said, "Fuck them, fuck them kids." No, I don't think. No, he didn't say "fuck them kids" at all because he said he wants to leave them enough for them to get started. He just doesn't want to give free money away, which is something that I actually agree on. We're gonna agree on a lot of things today, but hold up. You said something that was quite interesting. Right? Yeah. So. On one hand, you don't really aim to have a big and wealthy company. You aim more for it to be able to spread a message. But don't you think that once you have achieved that goal, that then giving the money to your family is still fine? Because you've achieved your goal, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that you are giving them like free money, because I feel like it's very easy to get spoiled if you expect that money. Like, the bigger the business, the more they'll expect. And I feel like setting a ground rule that there will be no money given for the minimum amount or whatever. Like, hold on, how do I explain this?
Yeah, think about it.
The more money you give, I feel like the less people appreciate it. Because if you get $5 as a kid from a complete stranger, you will be thrilled. While when you're older and you know somebody has millions, if he gives you $100, you'll think like, only 100. You know, like,
sure.
Imagine Mr. Beast. You know who he is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Imagine if he made a video about tipping waitresses $100.
Yeah.
It wouldn't get half as much attention as his videos giving away houses and stuff. Because people expect him to give out millions and be fine with it. While they forget that he started off of giving 100s. Like, I remember back in the day, I watched a video about tipping the waitresses, and like, not some insane amounts, but the reaction they get, like the genuine reactions they would get. So if Mr. Beast kept giving hundreds, nobody would appreciate it as much as like him right now. I know it makes sense, but
I'm not. Okay, first of all, I'm not really sure if I agree with that. Second of all, what about the company then? Because not giving away the money is something that I guess I could see. But you're gonna give the company away anyway, right? Because it's family property. And the company is worth, well, if it wants to spread a goal, it's probably worth like tens of thousands of dollars. So you're still giving away the money. It's just in the.
yes, but it is like I'm not leaving them empty-handed. I'm just giving them an opportunity to work and earn their own money off of that company.
Yeah, okay,
Because
but the company is in such a state that it earns money passively, right? So they don't really have to do anything for it.
yes, but they can't really forget about it completely. Because if they were handed out money, they wouldn't even think about spending it. Like it's pretty much not theirs. They can use it whenever they want, and their finances won't go away without thinking about that being a part of their finance. Because if they get like, let's say $100 a month, you really start thinking about how you spend it. Then if you got like 1 million at bingo or lottery, when people get like millions on lottery and stuff, they spend it like it's nothing. Like instantly they buy a car, and they forget about what comes after it.
Yeah, okay, but that's more the issue that they've never had that much money, so they don't really understand how to use that amount of money, right? Like somebody who's never seen $1 million on his bank account, if he suddenly wakes up in the morning and has $1 million on it, there's no way he understands what to do with that exactly, right? He has no experience with that amount.
Well, I feel like I will be living relatively humbly, so I'm not sure if my kids. Wait, yeah, you're right, because I was thinking about them as being kids, not like adults when I die.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Because I was thinking about them like they are kids. How can they know what $1 million feels like?
Yeah, right. But regardless of me being right, it's like if you're a wealthy man, you're gonna make your it's gonna be really hard to not leave your kids a wealthy future anyway, right? Because
yes, but I don't mind them being wealthy if they still work for it. I feel like if you give out money at one time, like all of the money at one time, it will be less prosperous for them than giving it out like monthly or stuff. Because if they see the company as a way to dig out money off of it, they'll be more interested in it than if they got like $1 million that came from the company, because they'll think it's my million, not the company's.
yeah, sure, but I mean, I think probably they would be smart enough to realize themselves that the company is worth more than the $1 million that you gave them, right? Like if my grandfather was like super rich and he's on his deathbed and he says, "Hey, would you rather have $1 million or my $1 million company?" I would choose the company, right? Because the company makes more. So I think that they probably realize that.
I mean, to be honest, it really depends on the kids. Like, you would have your whole lifetime to learn about them and know what is best for them. So
yeah, sure, and you also have like your entire life to talk with them about, hey, I don't intend to leave you guys any money because I want you guys to learn to be like to understand this on your own, right? So you can prepare them for it anyway, and that's why I agreed with you earlier, and Rocket disagreed because he said And Rocket said, oh wow, you really said fuck them kids. But I think like you don't really say fuck them kids because you have your entire life to prepare them for that. Or like their entire life to prepare them for it. Right? So it's completely fine, I think.
So yeah, once I tell them like they are getting no money, they go onto Twitch and they stream about debate whether they should get money or not.
Yep. Exactly. 100%. How do we get? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You said you think you get a boring death.
Yeah. And how do you think you'll die?
Dude, I'm turbo convinced that it's gotta be something with my heart. There's no other way. I've gotta do something which is like, I don't know. Maybe I'll get too excited at one moment or something. Maybe I'll like jump into the air once I'm 60 and my heart's just like, nope, I'm out. And I just get like a heart attack or something. I swear to God, that has to be it. If it's anything other than my heart, it would probably be an accident or a disease. But like, it has to be my heart.
Nice.
I mean, I'm hoping it's not gonna be, or like, I'm hoping it's gonna be nice, but...
I think that's the best death, like if you die of too much excitement.
That is a good point. I don't really mind dying that way.
I mean, what is a better way to die, like, than living the moment?
True. I mean, you're probably not gonna be as happy once you realize that your heart is giving up, but I mean, it's gotta be at least like a good way to go, I guess.
Yeah.
There's worse ways. Jeeves telling how he thinks he'll die and Mata goes, nice. Yeah, true. To be fair, heart failure is extremely painful, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I also think it's quite quick, isn't it? Like, there's definitely worse ways to die. You could be in a hospital for like weeks trying to your rent or something.
Yeah.
Like, at least with a heart failure, you're like, I don't know, it's a few seconds, isn't it? Maybe a bit more.
I have a question for you. How affected are you by death?
Do you mean, am I scared of it or something?
No. Sadness-wise. Like if a close relative or friend of yours dies.
Oh, so you mean like,
let's say your grandpa or something dies,
yes.
or somebody you've known your whole life. How sad would you be? How would you approach it?
Good question. I kind of know pretty well how I go with loss. What I do is I kind of have a really hard time accepting it when somebody's gone, and then I don't really get emotional at all because I haven't accepted it yet, right? Like, it's not real in my head yet that it's gone. And then like, I kind of realize this about myself, that I'm not accepting it yet. So what I do is I almost like try to accept it, but it doesn't really want to work. So then I just kind of wait until it's like their funeral or like the last time that you can see them or something. And usually when I'm in like that space, when everybody that cares about them is there and they're just going through his life or something, that's usually when it hits me. And when it hits me, it usually hits me really, really hard. And I cannot like not cry or something. Like, I have to cry about it. And then usually after that phase is like done, there's kind of like a relief, right? Because I finally accepted like what has happened.
Yeah.
And once that relief is over, I'm kind of like I feel better about it. And then it just takes like a few more days because of course it's not easy to lose someone. And then usually there's like a few days where I kind of slip up again and I miss them a lot and stuff like that. But in general, like, I think that's a pretty clear way of dealing with loss. And
yeah, I get.
What about you?
I thought I was like, I had some mental illness. Like, when my grandfather died, like a year ago or something, I was starting to think I was insane because I didn't get affected at all. Like I was there when he died. I was there like the whole time while family was receiving and everything. And I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel regret. I didn't feel anything. I was just like sitting there thinking like, well, of course he will die. Like I will die too. Why would I feel that sad about it? Like I understand why people do feel sad about it, but
Why is that then? Why do people feel sad about it?
well, they have lost something very important for them.
But why is that a thing that makes them sad?
Well, I feel like just going through the whole life with them, uh, they remember all the good parts, and they, how do I say it? They mostly feel sad because they know who died and like how good he was or what good deeds did he do.
But does someone being good means that it's sad when they die?
Well, not for me, but I feel like that's how do I say, let's say a bargain for some people or most people maybe. Like they know who they've lost, and I guess it just makes them feel sad. But uh, I was getting kind of worried because I knew I should feel sad, but I personally found no reason for it because I do know who died. I know what did he do for me, for everyone. Like he was living half a. Our houses were like 10 feet apart, so we were relatively very close. But I was searching the internet looking for what could it mean if you don't get affected by that. And
What did you find?
but can you repeat?
What did you find when you were searching for that?
Nothing really special. At one point, like I was searching and I found some people saying that makes you psycho or something. I found some people saying like it is more often than you think, like almost half people do this. I found things, people saying like, oh, this is pretty much for everyone, they just fake emotions. But I don't think like any of that was on point really. And at one point I just stopped looking at it.
So you still have
Like,
no idea why you don't feel like it?
yes, I have absolutely no idea. That's why I asked this because going into some deeper subjects, I remembered like, oh yeah, I always wanted to know about it, but never found out.
So the reason that I cry when somebody passed away, it's because, like, part of it is what you say, right? Because this person has done so much good for me, and in the future I won't have that anymore because he/she is gone, right?
Yeah.
But a part of it, and this is, I think, the biggest part for me, is because I think it's very, very. Usually, I think it's quite unfair. And I've had losses where I didn't feel as much either, like you described. And I think the reason for that was because because in my head I felt like the person had a really fulfilling life, and death has to come for everyone. But the life that he/she lived was really, really good, So that gives a certain satisfaction, right?
Yeah.
But I've also had losses where I felt like, man, I really wish I could still do this with him or still say this to him, or like he didn't deserve what happened to him, right? And then it's like, fuck, he deserved better than this. He didn't. He. It's unfair that he died already, and that makes me very, very sad. And that's usually what gets me, right? Because I wish the person that died got a chance to do more with his life before he passed away.
Yeah.
But like you described that it was your grandfather, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe you have that then. Maybe it's the same for you then, where you feel like your grandfather has had like a relatively fulfilling life, and that death has to come for everyone. So it's not like it doesn't feel as unfair, I guess.
When you mention fair, I was thinking about like, what if a kid died? What would I feel then? Because a kid doesn't deserve to die.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Right.
It is not fair. But I can't really get behind it, kind of.
But I feel like that's a part. Like maybe there's a. Maybe that's true, right? Maybe you still can't get behind it. But I also feel like that might be a part because you haven't experienced it yet. Because once like a kid that's close to you dies, like actually dies, and you actually feel how that feels, that might be a little bit different. Maybe it won't be, but I feel like that has like some impact to it.
I mean, I did have something like it, but it wasn't really like best friend, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know a person, I went to school with with him, but I don't know, maybe we weren't close enough, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Or maybe it's just maybe you just don't really get that emotional with loss. Like that's also completely natural, I think. Not everybody is as close when it comes to that. Like my grandfather and my brother both never like cry or anything when something like that happens. But yeah, some people are different, I guess. Hold up a moment, because Crimson and Zika said something in the chat. Zika said, I also have something like not hitting me for some time when someone dies. I was supporting my friend on a funeral when his sister lost her newborn. Oof. I was doing okay till the moment when I saw the mother of a child with a pregnant belly. Yes. Then I realized how hard it must be, and it was the moment when that loss hit me. Picture of a mother which cannot even hug her child and say goodbye. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how it feels for me too. Like, once I'm actually in the room and everybody's there and they start talking about the life that's just been lost, it's too much. Depends on the person, in my opinion. Everybody goes through grief on their own way. Some people show emotion, some people don't. It's both normal and the person who died. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, different people experience it in different ways, I guess. But, like, if you don't cry when somebody close dies, that doesn't mean you're like a psychopath or anything.
Yeah, I assumed so, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like for me, for example, I don't think I've ever cried at a funeral. Yeah, the first time I had a funeral, I didn't cry either. But like ever since, every time, man. Every fucking time. I've had funerals too where the person wasn't even that close to me. But it doesn't work. Because to me, death is the end and everyone will die. Yeah, sure, but like... that's only half the picture, right? So like Mata, I didn't see the point in crying, but sadness is there, sure. Yeah, but to me, like, how much they've lived impacts how much, how sad I'll feel when they pass away. Like, yeah, of course, death has to come for everyone, but I hope that, you know, for most people it comes pretty fucking late in their lives, right? Like, that has influence for me too. But yeah, that was a good question. Shall I search up another one?
Yep.
Let's see. Wait, I gotta not die first.
Robert, you think you're the exception or?
Most, jeez, most. Yeah, not you. Fuck you. You could die right now if it's a if it was in my hands. Hold up. Of course, Robert is the exception. All right, next question. What are the highest and lowest points in your life?
I feel like I haven't lived long enough to have those.
Yeah, me neither. Next question. I was hoping you'd have like an answer, and maybe I could go from there.
Yeah, but I really don't have any idea.
Wait, Crimson, but do you really think people dying of old age is really a good thing when they start developing illnesses and can walk and other things that come with late ages? Well, no, but that's like not the case for everyone, right? Like, nobody in my family has died like because they had like because they went so deep. Not everyone, but I think most. I highly doubt it's most.
Even if it was the most, like, it doesn't matter if they suffer, if they still want it. Like,
Yes,
no matter
because you want
how-
it, don't you, Mata? You want to live for as long as possible.
Like, you can go to a random old, like, you can go to the hospital and ask people on their bed sheets, do you want to live longer? Like, you are suffering right now and there's no way that changes. Do you want to live on? There's not a single person that will tell you, no, I don't. But maybe there is, but
Yeah, there's quite a few, I think. I think a lot of people, well, not a lot, but like I think there's quite a few people that are like, yeah, maybe it's my time to go. I've had a good life. It's my time, right? I think there could be quite a few of them.
yeah, but when I talk to people like who are old at home and they are like relatively sick, and they all say like, no, I want to live with my family a bit longer. Until they get like in hospital and their life is like pretty much over. Like they can't move out of bed or anything. At that point, they are like in my head. I have already dealt with the fact that they are gonna die, and so have they, and they usually die relatively fast. So by the time that you don't want to live any longer, most likely you won't. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I have that, like, I don't know how that is for you. Like, how would you ever get to that point where it's like, I don't want to live anymore? Or like, do you think you would ever get to that point?
I think it's not smart to think that way because, like everything I've been taught until now, like religion-wise, school-wise, everything, everybody will tell you never wish that upon yourself nor upon anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's really wrong to wish for that, even to yourself.
Okay.
But maybe I'm being a bit biased because I mean I've been repeated that sentence for my whole life.
There's like, I feel like there's a certain limit to that too, right? Like, for example, if somebody's like, somebody lost both their arms, both their legs, both their eyes, like, you know, like when there's not much to do anymore. Like at that point, it feels like, yeah,
I feel like it should be allowed. Like,
Yeah, of course.
if the doctors know you're not gonna live for long, and they know your life will be nothing but suffering from here on, or they know you will be in a coma till you die or something, I feel like you should have the right to choose to die.
Yeah, of course.
I know a lot of people don't. I mean, a lot of people from my area, because they're relatively very religious people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't agree with that, but I feel like it is not playing God. It is how it should be, because you will open space in the hospital for other people, so you will even help somebody. Maybe you will make people work less around you if they know you will die.
Yeah.
But getting that idea into my country is
Is it
far
possible?
past the impossible.
Alright, what do we have? Crimson, Capabla, how are you doing? Capabla, why don't we ever play League? I always see you online. What else do we have? Wait a few years and upload your conscience to the internet and live forever, right? My cell phone fell in the water and is dead. I'm dead inside. Feels good, man. Oh, man. How did you... Like, did you just, like, drop it? Or what? There's still places that offer assisted self-usage to people like that. Yeah. Medical professions do it. Yeah. I'm not sure how it goes in the Netherlands, actually.
Oh wait, that's a good idea. Like when I don't want to live any longer, I just go on teeth for a day, and then Pharma comes and kills me, and I prove my point that Pharma will kill me by.
What if you
by
outlive
my
Pharma, though? What if Pharma dies before you?
Nah, I ain't letting that happen.
I ain't letting that happen. Okay, but what if fucking God lets it happen? Like, I don't know. What if
Nah, as a true simp, I have to believe that
Okay.
can't happen. I will stop that somehow.
Okay. Sure.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
I have joined the Sims on Discord, so I have to.
I'm glad you have your plan for your death like planned out. You know, that is good.
Yeah.
Like once you have your business, right? Your business where you want to make a big impact on the world, once you have that all rolling, once the kids are all set, you just hunger yourself out and wait for Pharma to come and end it all. Sick plan. Alright. I forgot what we were talking about before that.
You read a question, we skipped it, and then we went back to that. That's pretty much.
Right, yeah. Wait, what's this? You just wasted a perfectly fine druid score. I know! I was looking and I was like, wait, what did I just do? I'm sorry. It happened. So Jet is getting a Pharma. So from what I'm getting, Pharma is a Grim Reaper.
Nice.
Yeah, she kind of is, sort of. I don't know, it's weird. Just don't get hungry, I guess. There's a meme that Pharma punches people who are hungry. So, like, I guess Mata wants to be killed like that, which is, you know, quite an interesting death. Next question?
Yep.
She also is my wife. Yeah, she's also Felina's wife. So I don't think Felina will ever get hungry. And the most amazing human being I've ever known. Okay, simp. Oh, damn. Wait, what? What is WLW? We stand? Wait. Someone copy that to her, by the way, so I seem cute. Just do it yourself. I'm sure she'd appreciate it either way. Right, next question. Let me pick a good one. This is kind of the question that we asked last time. This question is, what are your biggest goals for life and what progress have you made for attaining them?
Yeah, that ties heavily on the last conversation.
What did you say?
That ties heavily to the last conversation.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't think it would be really that
Yeah.
entertaining for the stream.
Yeah, I agree. This is a dumb question. Who are you really? Who is behind the mask that you show the rest of the world?
Oh, I hate those. I hate those so much.
Well, it seems like I talk like that all the time about her when she's not here. Little does she know, I actually do. True. Invest into the sand areas and fortune. Shut up. Damn, talking behind people's backs. What a fake friend. True. Wait. What is holding you back from being the person you want to be?
Nothing really. Only time, I feel like.
There's nothing holding you back from the person you want to be.
Except for time, I don't think so. Because I'm not mad at the person I am right now, to be honest. I don't think the person I am right now is going against what I want to be. So I think I'm on a good way with the person I want to be.
Okay. Is there not like, I don't know, things like anxiety or something?
Not really. Like, the only thing I hate about my person is what I said. Like, I can't live in the moment. I told you last time, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, that's the only part I don't like about the person I am now. But it doesn't really go against the person I want to be, because I just want to be the person that helps others. Like, any way whatsoever, just, let's say, a sim to the whole world.
A simp
Wait,
to the whole
no.
world. That's
No,
a quote.
I forgot the sexual part behind the simp stuff. Never mind.
Is there a sexual part behind simp?
Yeah, expecting something in return for your good deeds, I think.
Really? Wait.
Yeah, I think when I googled the simp.
A man who foolishly overvalues and defers to a woman, putting her on a pedestal. A simple person lacking common sense, a fool or simpleton. There's no sexual part in this.
Hold on.
That's a good quote for on your tombstone, though. Mata, the simp for the whole world.
Hold on. I don't know where did I read that definition, but that's why I wasn't really into the simp thing on Pharma Strings, because I know the definition I heard of a simp is like believing that you deserve something to get something out of being nice to girls or something.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just like.
Maybe it is wrong, but I heard on.
Sure. I see.
I don't know where did I heard. Maybe when I was. Oh yeah, I remember. When I was searching about Tourette's, and I came across Sweet Anita.
Ah, do you like her?
Not really.
No?
Yeah, she's kind of too open for me.
Too open? What do you mean by that?
Hold on. Let me form a sentence.
Sure.
I feel like she talks about stuff that I don't want to talk about, so I don't really like watching her. So she is open about stuff I don't like people to be open about.
Do you have an
Not
example?
open about, but I don't like the conversation she's having. That type of conversation. That if there's nothing against her, it's just that, let's say, not my type of conversation.
Sure. I'm not really familiar with her at all. What kind of conversations does she have then?
I have only watched some YouTube videos, so I have only been interested in Tourette's syndrome things because I don't know why, but I love mental illnesses. They are so entertaining to watch, and I was researching Tourette's, and I saw some videos about like her talking about her experiences with other boys and stuff. And I was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna be watching that.
Sure. I see.
Like I haven't been invested into the streamer as such, but I was interested in her condition.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I get what
after
you
that,
mean.
I went to some ADHD research, DID stuff.
What do you think is the most interesting mental illness then?
I gotta say, DID holds a special place for me.
DID?
Deficit identity disorder. It is you get that condition if you have had a traumatic experience as a kid,
Yeah.
and when kids form like a person that they are, like when they I know they call it integrating, but becoming the person they are, uh, because of the traumatic experiences, the brain can't handle all of that. So he puts like memory blockades between each of the trauma.
Yeah,
So
I've heard of this before.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
go on. I want you to explain it because
okay. So your brain puts blockades, so he can handle with each trauma separately, so it doesn't get overwhelmed. And that's when it comes to like different person, more people living in one body, and the one person doesn't know what the other is doing, except if they kind of talk in their head. It's kind of weird, but they have a whole different world in which they live inside their head, and each one of them has a special role in it. Like some are trauma folders, where they are there to keep that trauma without going too wild, without the other person's, let's say, the other part of the brains remembering it, and some are just there for like support when one of the traumas is feeling bad. They start, let's say, sharing conversation, and inside their head it is helping them comprehend the situation.
yeah.
And there are triggers for every person. It can be a positive or a negative trigger. And what I love the most is that a person can be anything. And each person can have their own accent, their own language that they know how to speak. It is like 7 people living in one body, or even more than 7, no matter how much you want.
This
Not
reminds
one.
me of that movie, but I'm not sure what it's called.
Who they hate the movies. Every DID person hates every DID movie because they feel like it portrays them as
Yeah, of course, sure. Yeah,
because the DID movies are usually just like a murder that has DID, and one of his personalities is a murderer, the others are not,
Yeah.
and it portrayed a picture of them being violent. So they really hate the movies.
Yeah, I see. You said that this was like close to your heart or something. Do you know someone who has this or something?
No, but I've had some conversations about it where I met a few people who have it, and I know how I know them now enough that I can call them friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I know I have just been way too invested in it. Like I have spent like days just searching about it, like 7 hours a day, just about it.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have nobody that I personally know other than on the internet, but I've just spent a lot of time on it. That's why I said it special part.
Sure. Alright. Would you say like when you said like I got way too invested in it, I was like, dude, I know exactly what that feels like. I've had that too, man. Like not with not with that disorder, but like
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting stuff too. How did we get here though? Dude, that's something that I need to learn, man. Once I'm talking to someone, this always happens. I need to learn like what path led us there so I can fall back to certain things. But I always forget.
Imagine going down the video, like looking back at the VOD, and just like see us going from that to personality disorders in like 3 sentences.
Dude, I know that once I watch back this VOD, there's gonna be a million questions that I still want to ask you, but that I didn't ask right now. Because I just forgot about them. So
Just so you know, you can ask me anything whenever.
Yeah, of course. Fuck, there was something though. How did we get here? Wait, what was the question that I asked at the start of this?
Oh yeah, and one thing I have to say, like, do not hold back. Anything you want to ask, I am.
I know.
There are no sketchy questions.
Yeah, I know. You can usually like tell that kind of stuff, like how far you can go.
You can go however far. If I don't feel comfortable with the question, I'll just tell you.
Yeah.
That's it.
But most questions like aren't really that or like offensive or anything.
Yeah.
Oh right, we got here from what was holding you back, and then I asked you like, isn't anxiety holding you back or anything?
Oh, yeah.
That kind of stuff. This is kind of I don't know. I feel like everybody responds to this question the same way. This question is, how would you react if there was irrefutable proof that God does not exist? And then the next question would be how if there was irrefutable proof that God does exist? But I feel like both of them would just be cool. Yes, we figured that one out. So I don't know.
I feel like okay, if it was God does not exist, I would just be like, have you met Pharma?
Ah, you fucking sim! Come on,
sorry,
man.
That's too perfect.
A little self-respect, Mata.
I'm sorry, I really had to. I like the sim thing because it finally got attention to people that are nice, but I feel like it's the bad type of attention because now being good to anyone is pretty much making up for an insult.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really I haven't really considered simp that much of an insult.
Yeah, me neither. Because when I first heard of a simp, like I was okay. I think I'm a simp, like to everyone.
Yeah.
Then I heard the sexual part behind of it, and I'm like, dude, they are ruining good people. Like, come on. That's why I didn't like the idea of simps on Pharma Stream. Like, that's why I joined really late until I was like, sure, okay, this doesn't really seem like it has connection with that. It's fine.
That's an interesting question then, though. How much... what do you think it means when simp gets used as an insult? I guess I start there.
Can you explain just a tiny bit, like be more precise?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, like, when somebody calls somebody else a simp and they mean it in an insulting way,
Yeah.
what do you think they're actually trying to say there? Like, what does being a simp mean to that to the guy that's trying to use it as an insult?
Once iRocket asked me like, why I'm going so off topic, but still,
Sure.
like iRocket asked me like, why do I hate swearing? And I said like it indicates, for me at least in my head, when I was a child, I always thought it was like it indicated a lack of vocabulary. No, because think of a random swear word
Fuck.
and think of how many verbs you can use it as, how many how do I say it? Oh, I don't know English. I'm so
I know what you
stupid.
mean. I know what you're trying to say. I thought about this, but I've never thought it in the way that you're explaining right now. This is
And
interesting.
people don't even think about what they mean with the swear words. Like there's so many people like swearing somebody's mother and they do not understand what it means. Like when you look at it when you use the word in its correct way, it gets like so stupid of a sentence. And
Dude, I thought you were going a little bit differently with this. I thought you were like, I think I swear too much when I'm mostly when I talk in English, because I never swear when I'm talking in Dutch. But in English, I feel like, let me think of an example.
Yeah.
So when I try to say that I have like a huge bottle of water, right?
Yeah.
What I would say in English is, that's a big fucking bottle of water, or something like that. But like a more fitting non-sweary way to say it would probably be like, that's a humongous bottle of water, or something like that, right? You use an actual word for it. So I thought you were saying you don't swear because you want to avoid like using swear words as like...
Well, yeah, because I know there are like the only swear word I use is shit. Like it is considered a swear word.
Yeah.
But in my language, it is like too common not to use it.
Yeah.
So I haven't ever thought about it as a swear word, and so I'm gonna use it in this example. Just replace the word shit with the word starting on F. Holy shit, this shitter is shitting. I don't know. Like it is just one word used for like 7 verbs and
Right.
7 adjectives, 7 subjects, everything. Like it all goes to the same word, and I don't know.
But
like,
why is it a bad thing?
I hate it so much because I feel so stupid when people use one word to do a whole sentence.
But why?
I don't know. I have always thought about it that way,
Alright.
and
Sure.
I feel like people are not thinking about the sentences they use the swear words in.
I
Like
feel
this,
like that doesn't really, like, it doesn't really matter, though, most of the time. Because, like, I don't know. If we are, like, playing a co-op game, and we are fighting a boss, and I die to the boss 6 times in a row, and I go, that piece of shit is a fucking asshole. Like, yeah, sure, I can, like, be more clear about what I mean, but you'll still get the idea, right? I think the boss is an asshole. I don't really think you need to think about that stuff too much. If like
um,
my point will get across anyway. Is I guess what
the
I'm trying to
problem
say.
is that in my language, people are way more, let's say, creative with their swear words.
Yeah, we have it in Dutch too.
Like Auroric, can you get what I mean? By saying people are more creative in our language with swear words.
He probably does. He likes to swear a lot too in his own language. Sometimes when I play with Robert, he goes on a rampage himself in his own language, and I can just enjoy like like the alien language coming out of him.
Yeah, and sometimes it can get like really stupid of insults. Like, my God, how people can be sometimes, especially people who are new to swearing. How bad of swears do they use? It is incredible.
So you just get frustrated by how bad the swear words are.
Like, when I first heard something that annoyed me really much, like I didn't know there were so many animals in the animal kingdom that he swore to. Like, I don't, I was just too lost, and I was like, no, this ain't for me. I'm not doing this.
All right.
And since then, I've always, I know it is wrong to think it, but I always felt like people who are swearing a lot, lack of vocabulary, well, none vocabulary, and aren't using their maximum potential while speaking. Because I swear, you can get so much better insults without swearing than you think.
Yeah, of course. I think so too. Do you think that's do you look at that equally for both your own language and the English language? Because like I mentioned earlier, I don't swear ever in Dutch because I feel like I don't know, it's just it doesn't really work for me, I guess.
Yeah.
But in English I swear a lot because it helps me be clear about what I'm trying to get across, I guess. So do you see that as like equal, or do you think
Well, the problem with English, like 70% of every word that is used in English is a swear word. So I think it's a bit spent on English. Like, on my language, as I said, people are getting more and more creative with the swear words, so you don't hear a lot of them repeating. But, like, imagine somebody being angry at someone on English speaking and not swearing. Like, it is impossible. While on my language, like, you can get to a sarcastical, like, you can get sarcastical enough that people will still think of it as an insult.
yeah,
I don't know if it makes sense,
yeah,
but
it kind of does, sure. So you're saying that
English swear words are just too deep into English to
yeah, right.
experiment without them.
Sure. I'm still trying to lessen it though. I feel like there's a certain childishness that comes with swearing, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I'm so used to it. I don't know. Whatever. Shall I search for a new question?
Sure.
Human nature questions. Nah.
This stream is going so off of what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I was expecting more like I think I like this even better, but I was expecting more like the talk we had. You remember?
Yeah.
Like we were on one subject for like 2.5 hours and and we still didn't finish everything we wanted to say.
Yeah, true. True. I mean, it was kind of like I
this
feel
can
like
be-
I feel like we had multiple subjects though, but it like the shift from one to the other just went more natural, I guess.
Yeah. Plus, it is way more entertaining for people watching.
I guess, but I don't really care about that, I guess.
Hear that, Robert? He doesn't
Yeah, you
care.
hit up Robert. I don't care about you. He knows that. All right, I was gonna look for a question. These questions are all kind of dumb. we knew, Chief. Yeah. Question that I've been thinking about, or that I used to think about quite a bit, was: do you think people are inherently good or inherently evil?
I don't think you can really put your finger on.
Because I felt like
yeah.
I guess inherently evil is not really the issue. It's more if people are inherently selfish, I guess.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I don't know.
Because
Do you think people are inherently selfish?
I mean, like it depends. There are people absolutely not selfish a bit. I know they are rare, like relatively rare, but I can't say people are because I would include them in it.
Okay, but do you think they are rare enough to be considered exceptions?
Absolute, like if they were absolutely selfless, yes, they are so. Like they are very rare in mine.
Okay, but then it can still exist, right? If they are exceptions, then you can still say that people are inherently selfish. There's just exceptions to it.
Yes, I feel like people are inherently. So,
Okay, but then my next question would be why? Why do you think that?
just by watching people, I feel like I have met 99% people who are selfish more than they are selfless. From the people I've met, at least 99.5 of them weren't selfless. There's such a low number of people. Like, I don't even consider myself selfless. I feel like there's a bit of selfishness in me.
Okay.
I know it's wrong. Like, I'm not really selfish, but to some degree, we almost all are.
Okay, but then to what degree could you like consider someone that is? To what degree could you say that's a selfless person? Like, do they need to be 100% selfless, 99, 90% selfless?
Yes, I feel like if you're selfless, you are 100%. 100% or nothing.
Okay. So if you're 99% selfless, you're inherently selfish, pretty much.
Yes. Maybe not too much, but still selfish.
Okay, but then
I would say
I would imagine
I
that
am
you sure.
I am as selfish as a person who will steal toys at a playground. I don't know. Uh, I think if you are selfish even a slightly bit, you're selfish all the way through. I feel like I phrased that correctly.
Okay, I need to
I
think
need,
about that.
now that I repeat it in my head, I feel like I haven't gotten the right message that I wanted.
Okay. What is the right message then?
Hold on just a second. Let me
Yeah.
compose.
By all means.
I feel like you can't really call anyone selfless if they are even a slightly bit selfish. Because selfless means you do not care nearly as much about yourself as you care about others.
I like may I just mention, I like the thought process that you go through right now, because I've had this exact same thought process when I was thinking it back then. And this is why I said, like, this is why I was wondering if people are inherently selfish, because what you're going through right now, I've had the exact same thing happen to me. But by all means, please go on. It's kind of funny. Like,
well, don't give me any spoilers. I mean,
but I when I was thinking about it, I kind of came to the same conclusion, but I also think that being inherently selfish is not a bad thing at all, because what comes from selfishness can be really, really good things. Like, for example, you mentioned last time that your goal in life is to have a really big impact in the world.
yes.
Regardless of whether that's selfish or not, or like whether that comes from selfish roots or not, is unimportant, because in the end you're still doing something good for the world. So even
Yes,
if you say like, I'm doing this because it will make me satisfied, that doesn't matter. You're still doing it, so it's still a good thing, right? Even if it's just for you. So it's okay to be selfish in that aspect. Does that make sense?
yeah. Now that you say like and that I want to make a very big impact, I kind of image dashed my mind where like I was looking to be known as a person to make an impact, like not like that's what you made me sound, but in my head you did. The selfishness comes from the fact that I want to be famous for doing something good, and even if it was that, like in my head, I'm not doing it because of that. But even if I was, you're right. It's still a good thing.
Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
being inherently selfish is not a bad thing, but I feel like, I don't know if I want to agree with you that everyone in the world is that way, but I feel like most people are that. But it's not a bad thing, I don't think.
Dude, I love Alina's jokes so much.
Yeah, I love it. I saw it and I read it and I kind of had to smile, but you were in the middle of a sentence, so I could have just, like...
Yeah, I'm sorry I interrupted you. I just starting to crack.
Bullying me is white noise at this point. Yeah, true. You got cheap as land above, by the way, not just under. Oh, whatever. They're trying to be philosophical in this hoe. Yeah, of course, because it's fun. Me too. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was very philosophical of you. No, it goes a little bit too dark, I guess.
Do you like philosophy overall?
Yeah, I really love it. Yes, it's one of my biggest interests.
I agree.
Uh,
Have you studied anything?
No, I've read books. I haven't studied it, or like in school or
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I mean. Read
Oh
books.
yeah, well yes, then sure. More so psychology than philosophy, but kind of both, I guess.
I have read a bit more about philosophy than psychology.
What is the most interesting philosophical thing for you?
Well, what I love about philosophy is, well, this kind of goes into psychology, but still, I love to see how people were thinking, like when you didn't have the science we have now, like how would you come to some conclusions?
So you're saying,
Like,
or
of
so
course, God will exist. Like, when you spawn in a world you see all around you, of course, you're gonna think God existed. But how did people contradict it? Because philosophy doesn't work to um, prove that God is real. It doesn't work to prove that God isn't real. It just tries to make sense of everything going around. So I was interested in, if you spawned in an open world, how would you try to make sense out of it? And since I can do it right now, people could have back in the days. Imagine us living like you have your computer, but you don't know how it works. You just know if you plug it into the wall, it starts working for some reason.
yeah,
How would you make sense of it?
that's interesting.
So I was kind of looking into the history of philosophy more than philosophy in itself.
I see. That's interesting. I've never really thought about that.
I've always liked these types of conversations. That's why people like my, how do I call them? My colleagues at school, friends at school, used to call me a philosopher. And when I wanted to see what is a philosopher, because I know people are calling me one, but it doesn't really make sense. I don't know what it is, what the subject is, and the first word and the first sentences of the book that I started reading were like, even though many people talk about philosophers and philosophizing in the wrong way, that is not what philosophy stands for. And I was like, okay, thank God, because I really had no idea what I'm talking.
Nice. Yeah. I've never really thought about making sense of that which I cannot explain, I guess. Because that's like I'm trying to sum up what you like were just saying, right?
Yeah.
I've never really thought about that.
Because do you know what philosophy research?
What did you say?
Do you know what philosophy research, what it does?
What it does?
Yeah, what is the main definition of philosophy? Even though it doesn't really have a definition, but
well, it's like, fuck, how am I gonna define philosophy?
and just so you know, there's no absolute definition of philosophy.
To me, it's like trying to talk about I need to think about this.
I'm just gonna be AFK for 30 seconds.
Sure. Gives me time to think. Nice. um,
And I'm back.
it's like you try to explore conversations that either haven't been explored before or haven't been explored deep enough in the hope that you, I don't know, like learn something that helps you. I guess that's kind of how I would define it.
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough? What does that mean?
Like from the definition that I read, it is really close to what you were saying, because the philosophers all agree philosophy has no definition. Like, there's absolutely no definition that philosophy is this, that does this, using this.
Right.
But every philosopher said, like, this philosophy is a science, a type of science that asks a question and tries until it reaches its climax. Like, until you have finished the whole question, like brought it to the end and concluded it.
Yeah.
It can be a philosophical question. Like,
Yes.
only questions that you did conclude using relatively philosophical thinking, like thinking about the whole picture, not the question in itself, that can be a philosophical question.
Right.
So it pretty much means getting an idea and finishing it.
Right. I see. Sure. That sounds right.
I mean, you were pretty on point, because when I got into it, I had no idea what it meant. Like, all I knew is everybody called me a philosopher, and it, like, I don't even know what it means. So I started reading into it, and I got interested.
Yeah, I've read into it a bit too, but philosophy. I feel like philosophy is more of a thing I find fun to do rather than to learn about it, I guess.
Yeah. I really interested that much into philosophy, but the history of it and thinking about it, yeah, I appreciate so much.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. Philosophy is like if philosophy is League of Legends, then I just like to play normal games. I don't really want to rank up in philosophy, I guess. Because that's a way to make sense of it. How do we get here? Fuck, I need to start remembering that.
Somebody called us.
That made no sense at all, but carry on. Thank you. It made sense to me. It made sense in my head. There it goes with the fucking League comparisons. Fuck's sake. It was a perfectly logical one. Come on.
Yeah, it really makes sense.
See, Mata said that it made sense, so it made sense. Like they have such a good talk, actually. A way to exactly. Fucking go circle jerk with each other, then. My God. I thought it made sense.
It really did. Don't worry about it.
Typical Jeeves. He's just being nice. What do you mean typical Jeeves? I never use League as a comparison.
Dude, haters gonna hate.
True! Mata gets it.
And now that you're a big streamer with 4 current viewers, I mean, of course that at least 2 of them will be cheaters.
True. 50% seems like a good average. But I will dox you, don't test me. Right, yeah. You have that kind of knowledge. Life and death. Here we go. What time is it? Oh, holy fuck. How long have I been streaming? 1.5 hours. It's bugged. He has 300 in the background. Thanks, Crimson. You're a moderator, so you know these kind of things, right? Like, it makes sense
Yeah.
that you actually know the actual numbers. So just gonna go and believe you, Crimson. Thanks.
296 lurkers.
True. I mean, I know a city I could probably dig more out. Okay, creep. Creeper spotted.
So don't worry about it. If you get into PC, you're not getting out. At least without 3 throw-ins or something.
There you go.
Do you know what I was interested in as a kid?
Go
And
for
I
it.
kind of ruined my computer with it.
Do I want to know? Because I'm thinking of something, but...
I was trying to get as many viruses on my computer
Oh, okay. Not exactly what I was thinking of. But...
and tried to get rid of it.
What?
And
But why?
Like I would get I was thinking about what if I get a virus? I want to know how to get rid of it. And I got to the point where it deleted my Windows.
Nice.
So that's when I learned how to format your PC and how to install Windows. So
Nice.
mission passed.
That's still, you still learned something from that. I have no clue how to do those things. If I catch a virus, I'm doomed. It's gone. I need to get a new laptop. I have no clue what to do then. Cancel his ass? What?
Dude, if you ever get a you pretty much have experience. And get a malware that you believe will get rid of it. And if you can do that, you format your PC. That's what I did.
Sure, but I would have no clue how to format my PC.
It is really easy. You just well, I won't bother you with that.
Sure.
You were going to life and death questions.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Wait, if you want there are places online...
To format your PC, just call me.
Okay. If you want there are places online that you can get tamed viruses that you can download them. They don't destroy your system or harm it, but it shows what they do in your PC. That's cool. I didn't know that. Are some lives more valuable than other lives?
Can you repeat the question?
Are some lives more valuable than other lives? Real life and death questions isn't that stream. Let's do something with some spice. That's not true.
I would say that no lives are more important because, I mean, your life can be important to someone really quick. Like any day you can save a life or something.
That is not what I was expecting where this would go.
I mean, just a second.
Sure. Let me think of a league comparison in the meantime. Drop that. You guys are just mad that my comparisons are too good.
Oh shit, my phone is bugged out. Just a second, I have to do something for.
Sure. No problem. What would you do if when you okay, so he says yes, would go? Sure, I'd go. Why is my attack range so big? Like, how am I attacking this guy over here, Robert? Doesn't make sense. Also, why is this so full? Forager kind of buggy. Oh, okay, makes sense. Invest in Sandland. This isn't Sandland. This isn't. What, do you want me to buy more? There you go. Whoa, whoa, guy. Whoa. Let me go to him. Also, how do I get more inventory space? Because I am full as fuck. Can I not? Okay, I guess I don't have wood. There's a whack dungeon that gives you an item which makes cleaning infinitely easier. Wait, this dungeon? I've already found a dungeon in the sand thing. Don't you? You buy backpacks or craft. Okay, let me eat again? What? I just ate. Oh my god, this is the most annoying bug ever. No, another one. Okay, I see. What do you want again? Oh, you want the saplings. Oh my god. It's a puzzle, not a dungeon. Oh. Oh, there's actually dungeons then. Cool, 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 cool. Alright, let me see the backpack then. Ah, medium backpack. Letter. Alright, let me make letter. Did you get the best hat in the game yet? I don't know. What's the best hat? I also need beetles, man. Oh my god.
Dude, I'm gonna go relatively soon. So.
Sure.
Where were we? Okay. So you know as much as I do?
Some lives more valuable than others, yes.
I mean, imagine a rich guy that does what he can to help the world.
Mm-hmm.
He has a giant company and he plans on leaving his kids no money.
Okay, okay.
I really said ignore that. So imagine a kid, a rich guy that just wants to help the world. And imagine a poor guy that he can't do really anything to help anyone because he's poor, he's starving, farmer is probably punching him and stuff. So at any point, let's say the rich guy is choking himself and there's nobody around except the poor guy. And the poor guy can save the rich guy, and so he helped the world more than the rich guy might have, because maybe he added his he saved the rich guy's best years of his life where he would help the most, or maybe he changes the rich guy to become a even better person than he was or something.
Gotcha.
So I think it's a bit more complex than just saying his life is more valuable.
I was sure. I was thinking it a little bit differently, I think, though. Because I was thinking, like, if two people are on their deathbed, right?
Yeah.
And and one of them would be like a 1-year-old kid, and the other one would be like a 100-year-old woman, and you could only save one. Would you see them as like? Would you find that impossible to do because they are like equally valuable, or would you say no? I'm gonna go with the kid because the old woman already had so much life to live, right?
Right. The problem is that thinking about different stuff because in this like earthly life, it can be either spent or it can be full of potential. Wait, ignore that. Like this life can be spent. Like you can get old enough that your life loses value. But I was thinking, like, is any person more valuable than the other? Like I was thinking about the person, the life. So that's my bad.
No,
But
I mean, I guess it could have gone either way. Sure, it's not really your bad or anything.
life as the one that can be spent, yeah, I think it can be more valuable more than the other.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I think I can say that one can be more valuable.
Okay. Next question then. How long do you have?
I have no idea till my mom comes.
Okay. Well, let's just say then that this will be the last question. Alright.
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna pick a good one because the next question would be where was it? Yeah. If you died today, what regrets would you have about your life? But I feel like speaking to you, it wouldn't seem like you have regret.
Yeah, then we have been over this multiple times.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just a quick question: would you have any regrets?
That's not a quick question because the answer would be yes.
Okay.
Talking about that would like lead to an entire different.
Yeah. Just I know for a topic for.
That's a good one to keep in. Sure. Fuck, all of these questions, I know what you're gonna answer, so I don't want to ask those then.
You know me so much. Oh yeah, that was what I was thinking. Like couples, romantic couples, they never talk about these questions. At least at my age, and I feel like it is such a bad idea because these types of questions can really make you get to know a person.
I feel like,
as you said, like you know 90% of my answers right in front.
sure, but I feel like there's two things to that. One is that I don't think a lot of people in general don't talk about this, not just like romantic people. But the second thing would be, I feel like once you're in a romantic relationship with somebody for long enough, you can kind of start assuming what they would answer, right?
Yeah, but like marriage, people, some people go into marriage without talking about these types of stuff.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, that's true. I
no
guess.
matter how much time you spend with a person, to some of these questions you might not know the answer to.
Yeah, that's fair. And even if you kind of assume it, it's better to just talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like so weird, but I feel like you know me better than if I was in a romantic relationship with someone who would know me.
Dude, I feel
Just
like
because we spent like 3 hours talking about this.
I feel like a lot of what I feel like a lot of your thought processes are either something that I've thought about or something that that would interest me in the same way, right? So I feel like that helps a lot too.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question. Emotions. I don't know. How are emotions useful to humans? Nah, not really interesting. What's the most beneficial emotion?
Shut up, Robert.
Just make out already? No. Do people have a right to be happy or should they earn it? Fuck, I don't know. I don't. This is not a question that's in here, but it's something that I've thought about again. I thought about this in the past, and I'm wondering what conclusion you will end up with. But do you think kids nowadays are, in general, smarter than their parents? And I mean kids. I don't mean kids, I guess. I mean like 18 plus.
When I was thinking about that a long time ago, but it was first I was thinking like, were the kids smarter? Then I kind of shifted towards how are they acting compared to their parents? Like, are kids more mischievous? Do they hold more potential than their parents used to, right?
Sure.
And then when I talked to my I talked to my priest, and he told me that in somewhere in like 3rd century BC, there was a writing. Some lord or some war chief I know wrote like, I have a feeling like these kids are getting worse and worse, and in the lines of they are getting worse and worse, and they might be the end of the world because the newer generations are getting worse and worse, something in those lines. And I was thinking, can it be converted to this? Are kids getting smarter? No, the knowledge is just changing.
Knowledge is changing.
Well, yes, because think about brain capacity. Like, you can know 1,000 things, and we know 1,000 things about computers. Our parents know 900 things about working in the fields, and 100 things, and I know 100 things about computers. And you can't say that you're smarter than them because you know about computers, because you don't know anything about working in the field, right? So it is just how they use their brain capacity to compare to ours.
Sure. Okay.
I know if I made any sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. The way I thought about it was, we have the internet, right? And the internet gives us, like, our parents learned things because they had books and they learned it from their books, right? Or like they learned it because their parents taught them that, or like the teachers taught them that. But we have this infinite source of information that we look at every single day, and we look at it from childhood growing up, we can learn anything and everything. Well, not everything, I guess, but we can learn as much as possible, pretty much, on every single field ever, because the internet allows us to do that.
Yes, but it doesn't mean we do learn more about anything than they did. Because imagine being trapped in a library surrounded with endless amounts of books. It doesn't mean you'll start reading them.
No, but you kind of do, anyway, because
Don't forget the main. What would you say the main income of information is? Where
for
do you
me,
get the most information for yourself?
school probably.
I would disagree. I would say you get the most information talking to other people, right? Because I have learned so much on PharmaStream, let's say.
No,
And
I don't think that's true. I don't think I learn. I don't think I learn a lot from talking to other people at all.
I think that 99% of stuff that I know and I think I know are from other people. Like, except for the things that I was taught at school. Like, let's say those are not the things I learned from people, but directly from school. 99% of things I know are from people.
I think the only things that I've learned from people is like moral things, like what is right, what is wrong, like what is anxiety, what is empathy, like more emotional things, I guess, and more social things. But actual knowledge, I think I've just learned most of it from classes in school. And the internet, I guess. The internet's where like my interests are or where the information for my interests come from, like my hobbies.
Crimson has an idea.
Jeez, an idea. If you have you thought about doing a podcast?
I don't know what the podcast is, so I can't say that.
A podcast is pretty much just like a. How do you explain a podcast? It's just when two or more people. Pretty much what we're doing right now. This is pretty much a podcast. We just talk about topics. Usually a podcast is a lot more constructed, though.
But dude, you have such a good voice for a podcast. Where?
Shut up! I don't want to
No,
hear it.
right. She's not joking.
Thank you. I guess.
Oh, hold on. Okay, this is go.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, not at all. No, that was a fun talk. That was super fun.
Yeah. See ya, I guess.
See ya. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye, Robert.
That was fun. I really enjoyed talking to Mata. He Mata, see ya, buddy. Thank you. Mata has a lot of similar interests as I have, and he also kind of thinks in a similar fashion as I do. But we still kind of disagree on some stuff, which makes it very interesting to talk to. To answer your question, Crimson, I've definitely considered talking to people like I'm doing with Mata, because I do this more frequently than you think. Sometimes when I'm in a talk with someone, I just talk or I just ask a little bit of a deeper question, and we kind of go from there. And I think people really enjoy these kinds of talks. I've done it with Zika, I've done it with Lauren. I think they are a little bit more like, you don't really talk about this kind of stuff when you're like in real life with each other. But I kind of like just asking it out of the blue and see where that goes. I think that's can lead to like quite interesting conversations. I really think a podcast would suit you amazingly. Shut up, don't compliment me. That's a topic that I want to talk about with someone as well. Insecurity. Insecurity is something that I think is really interesting, but it's something that me and Mata won't really come far in, because Mata doesn't strike me as someone who's really insecure. And that could lead to interesting things. But talking with someone who feels really insecure is can lead to more, I feel like. So I want to spare my time with Mata for topics that could lead somewhere, like what we talked about today. Because we talked for 2 hours. This stream's been going for 2 hours. It's actually insane. But yeah, that was fun. I'm gonna leave it at that too. I might upload this to YouTube too, because I told Mata that I want to watch this back in the future, and that's kind of what my intention was for streaming this in the first place. So I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, and I mean, I need 300 more points. No, fuck you. That's quite a long time even. But yeah, that's why I mentioned earlier that I didn't really care if the topics were interesting to you guys, because if they're interesting to me, then that's kind of what I was like focused on, right? I just wanted to stream it so I would be able to look back at it. Also, it's gone really dark in my room. God damn, it's getting winter again, isn't it? Anyway, on that note though, I want to end it. So you don't care about this, huh? We talked about this earlier. Shut up. We can do it again next week. Maybe we can even do it Crimson. That could also be kind of fun. Or maybe I just get Mata up again. That's what you're saying. Yeah, that was what I was saying. On that note, thank you guys. Hopefully, I'll see you guys in the next stream, which probably won't be this deep or anything, but hopefully we can make it fun nonetheless. Good points? No, it's gonna be next time. Alright, see you guys.